Hello, Bigfoot enthusiasts. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, domestic goddess, inside the paddy wagon.
And we're back. We've been gone for a couple weeks.
And what we thought we were pulling over for to get our tires fixed, because we blew a tire leaving Millinocket.
We did. Okay.
We did blow a tire, but that's not why we've been here for a few weeks.
So we'll tell you right after the intro. All righty. Well, welcome. Hi, Renee.
And Sovereign Cosmic Deuteroni.
Yep. So,
we pulled over because we blew a tire.
yeah, we left Millinocket
August 9th.
August 9th. Boy, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
And we blew a tire on our way
On the
south
freeway.
on
Yep.
the freeway. So we stopped in Bangor.
At Cousin Dale and Denise's house.
Hi, Dale. Actually, he's like
20 yards away.
20 yards away from me. But so we stopped at Dale and Denise's house. And
then I took a nap.
And we had to
that was the end of it.
Yeah, we had to order some new tires and wait for them to get here and blah, blah, blah.
But I took a nap that day, and that was like the beginning of 2 weeks of the beer bug.
Yep. We just went through 2 weeks of, it wasn't horrible. It really wasn't, to be honest with you. But
I slept better than I've ever slept in my life. I mean, the
Yeah.
sleep was great.
Yeah.
That's literally all I did for like 10 days.
Yeah, me too.
But we've got Squatch-sized immune systems that have successfully beat the crap out of that thing.
Yep.
So we are now bionic. And we can fight off anything. And
hi, Papa.
Yep. And the other thing that happened, because if I had gotten glasses a few weeks ago, because our trailer's fixed, we got the new tires, we're pretty much ready to go. But like I got beginning of August, I got new glasses, and I remember putting them on in the optician's office, and I went, whoa, that's a little weird. And they said, well, give it a few weeks to adjust, because I kind of got some fancy dancy new progressives and blah, 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 blah. And 2 weeks later, I still was tripping on everything, and I didn't know where the floor was. And that had absolutely nothing to do with the fever I was running. So, so we wound up taking those back to the optician, and they discovered that they had completely screwed up the prescription. No wonder I couldn't see. And so they had sent those back to be completely remade. And so we were actually waiting for my new glasses to be remade and to get back to me.
Which is probably another week.
They promised them to me on either the 8th or the 11th of September. So we don't know quite when we're going to leave here, but it's still, we're not going to be Mainers by default. If we become Mainers, it will be intentionally, not because we're stranded.
Right. So as soon as our glasses get here, we are going to
go west.
And we are actually going to bolt to Oregon. We were going to kind of meander back to Oregon.
Some meandering.
We may do some meandering, but mostly we're going
Elkhart, Indiana. We're going to meander.
Yeah, but we're gonna pretty much bolt back to Oregon for a little while. And then
we got to get our storage unit cleaned out. If any of you want our storage stuff, just let us know. Offer us a fair price. We will ship it to you.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So
I got all sorts of fat girl clothes that I can't wear anymore.
Yep. Okay, so tonight's topic.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm going to sit here and look pretty. And by the way, it is like 90 degrees.
Yeah, it is hot.
So don't touch me.
She's like, don't touch me. So, yeah, so we may be, so Renee said, yes,
we will meet up.
We will meet up. And we
at Nels and Out.
That's a drive-through. I prefer Caesars In and Out in Elgin.
We could.
You ever been to Caesars, Renee, in Elgin?
Okay. I'm sure she has.
So anyway, we're going to
Don't touch me. Stop the touching
that's
of
what we
me.
were talking about. We're talking
Ugh.
about it is hot. It is 83 degrees in the camper right now.
And probably 83% humidity.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, tonight we are talking about
Deer wolf.
deer wolf.
I am really interested in that.
I didn't get a picture of the deer wolf for you, but
is there a picture of the deer wolf available?
no, there's illustrations, I think.
Eh.
But this is something that Renee said he barbecue fries. The only place on the planet that has barbecue fries that I've found. Anyway.
Well, I don't know. For our anniversary last week, we went to that barbecue place and they had the barbecue tots.
Barbecue tots, yeah.
Better than barbecue fries, let me tell you.
Okay.
Tots.
So anyway, tonight we are going to be talking about the differences between cryptids. There's a lot of upright walking weird cryptids, and in our photo here we have Bigfoot, of course, and then you got Goatman, and then you got the Beast of Bray Road, which is pretty much a Dogman, and the other one's kind of a werewolf thing. It's called the Rougarou, and that's in Louisiana.
Where's the Chupacabra?
Well, it's not an upright walking thing.
Oh.
Cosmic or Sovereign Cosmic Wildman stated this is actually what he's been thinking of lately. Ultimately, it's a shapeshifter. You can add many more shapeshifters than just Dogman. I think they also shift into owls, raccoons, coyotes, etc.
Wow, they can really disguise themselves as needed.
So we're getting into a little woo territory here, but
I've been feeling very woo lately.
So I have a theory.
Of course you do.
And you can throw this into the discussion, folks. You can tell me I'm completely off base or not.
You are completely off base already.
But I tend to think that there's Bigfoot. And I have a scientific, and you all know I have a scientific basis of what Bigfoot is, what I think it is. I think it's another human being. Just further back
human species,
further back on the evolutionary scale. But I think, this is my theory, that Dogman, Goatman, there's Gatorman, there's a few others.
Mothman
has wings. But
he can still upright walk.
And there's one called the Lee something, the Lee monster.
I don't know.
It has wings also, but those are probably Thunderbirds, but we're not going to get into that. But
did you know that there's a Thunderbird legend off of Mount Katahdin?
Yes, there is. I did know that. Anyway, I tend to think that these are all just Bigfoot. Just misidentified. I mean, a lot of people get fleeting looks. You get the right angle, it'll look like you have a long snout on it, maybe. Mm-hmm. Now, that's a theory. But if you look at the photo of Goatman here, I can circle it. Ooh, look at me circling things.
Anyway, he kind of looks like Satan with those horns there, man.
Yeah. This is an supposed actual photo.
Those hands look awfully human.
Well, yeah. Cloven hooves.
Oh, wait. This down here, it's a little webby.
Yeah, little webbed hands. I don't know. I don't see how you could confuse that with a Bigfoot, but but we don't know if that's faked or not.
Where is the Goatman from? What region?
Oh, you're going to make me look stuff up.
Well, you should already know this.
I don't know everything.
What? 24 years you've been telling me you know everything, and now you tell me you've been lying the whole time? I am so not offended because I knew the truth all along, but you know. Because here, so So looks like Louisiana. So the deeper
south.
south. So if you look at these different creatures, you've got an unknown humanoid-like creature out there. Then you look at their socio-religious, cultural filters that they look at things through. How are they going to interpret that? In the deep south, you've got a highly Catholic community, and it was from the Catholic community actually that Satan depicted as a goat man came from. I mean, the cloven hooves and the horns and all that. So, you know, when they're trying to interpret stuff that they don't understand or they don't recognize, they're going to immediately go to something that their mind can wrap itself around. Does that make sense?
It does. Exactly. And you look at like witnesses, you could have 100 witnesses to the same thing and you'll have 100 different interpretations of what happened.
However, if they all come from the same general paradigm, all those interpretations are going to be somewhat similar, which brings us to an overall goat man or rougarou or werewolf or whatever. I mean, in France, that's where the werewolf legend came from. So up here in the North Main Woods where they report werewolves, right? Well,
you got the Acadians in the north from France, and then you go to Louisiana, you got the Cajuns, which are actually
the
Acadians
from France.
Same people I am.
But they're going to have really similar descriptions, really similar backstories. So,
by the way, the same people Dale is too. You can make fun of him; he's a Cajun, Acadian,
surrounded by Frenchmen. They're annoying as all get out.
They are. So,
did you just self-deprecate?
I know, or not. There.
Don't touch me.
It's hot, so I mean.
Get your freaking hands right off of me.
Okay.
He came to bed last night. I'll be honest, I am still dealing with pretty marked levels of fatigue from day to day. What I do is I have a really good day and I push myself like crazy, and then the next 2 days I'm wiped out. And yesterday was one of the wiped out days. And I went to bed like at 8:30, and he didn't come to bed till 10, but it was like, I don't know, 472 degrees in the bedroom. And I was asleep, but still conscious of how hot it was. And he gets into bed and he touches me, and he caught it for that. Get your hands off of me, you hot, sweaty thing. Ugh.
So
it's kind of gross here right now.
Yeah. It's down to 82.
Yeah.
I see Papa Craig said it's 75 and partly cloudy in LeGrand. 18.
It's not the heat. It's the humidity and the heat. And actually the humidity has been making it a little bit weird to breathe. But anyway. And I love Pop Renee's up there.
Okay.
This is my kind of stuff. The Book of Enoch, which is a lost book of the Bible. Yes, it is. I think I have my dad's one of the original released copies of that, by the way. Talks about giants. I plan on researching this. The Book of Genesis also talks about giants. And we were just listening to something on Coast to Coast AM the other day about giant species throughout human history. And it wasn't just one giant. I mean, there were multiple species of giant human beings. Could they be related?
Right. So are we talking about, these guys?
Oh, Papa says humidity is 23. Oh, you're just horrible.
And humidity is like 90 here.
Got more humidity than heat. It's like breathing through a water,
because it rains so much. There's so much water here in Maine. It's stupid. But anyway, well, by the way, we just had whatever the
Hurricane Henry.
All the hurricanes that come up the coast, they end up here, like where we're at, like in Bangor area, just to be constant rainstorms forever.
And then it gets really hot and sticky, and then we have another rainstorm, and then it's hot and sticky. It's like,
yeah. Odell says it's 72%.
70. Well, that's still not 23%.
Yeah. So anyway. So Renee was talking about the Book of Enoch, where they talk about giants. So these giant species like Bigfoot,
or the Philistines,
have been with us forever.
They're part of our evolution.
Right. So, I don't know how far back on the evolutionary scale Bigfoot is. I know that Gigantopithecus, every time they find a new thing on it, it bumps it back even further. I think we're past 10,000 years now on that one, which is a blip in evolution.
History.
Yeah, in history. But I'm sure they go back way before that. I meant the first upright walking
Humanoid
that they've found so far is Artipithicus. And oh my gosh, I can't pull that out of my brain. I got to look that up.
Let me type
Artipithecus.
Artipithecus.
Not
Artipithecus.
No.
Lucy.
No, that's not so old. ARD. Artipithecus. There we go.
Okay. Artipithecus.
So they were looking at, that's what I thought, 4.4 million years.
That's a long time for us roaming around on this planet.
Artipithecus was basically almost looked identical to what we know as Bigfoot today. And it's 4.4 million years old.
So could Bigfoot be Artipithecus? No,
I don't think so. I think that went extinct a long time ago. But
your depiction of Bigfoot on this little graphic, he looks very sad.
That's that common statue you can buy anywhere.
I know. I think we have it up there, and it falls down every time we travel.
Yeah. So, anyway, so there has been giants, and as far as the biblical times goes, that's what 6,000 years ago,
roughly. I mean, if we're interpreting
like the book, the book of Enoch's what,
that's
5,000.
That's going to be 6,000 because Enoch the events in the book of Enoch are roughly the same time as the book of Genesis, which is almost 7,000 years ago.
Right. So there we go. That's in biblical terms. If it's,
could the great giant Goliath have been a Bigfoot?
No, I thought he was a Philistine.
Oh yeah, could the Philistines have been Bigfoot?
So, yeah. So these giants have been around for a while, and since Renee said she wanted to research something, if you look into this is kind of interesting. There's a Museum of Natural History in Winnemucca, Nevada.
Oh, it's awesome.
And they don't have them on display, but they have giant skulls in a closet in the back. I don't know how you get access to that, but
show them your cryptozoologist card.
Yeah, that's it. But
say you're a friend of Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum.
Yeah, that nobody knows. Yeah, but anyway, those were supposedly found in a cave somewhere around Winnemucca, Nevada, which is just south of where Renee is in Papa. So it's a day's drive from LeGrand,
Renee's in Umatilla.
Oh, so it's a day and 2 hours
drive
from Umatilla. But
what else does Winnemucca have? I'm not into gambling, so
casinos because it's in Nevada, but that's it.
Are you out of tea?
Getting close. Anyway, yes, we're not drinking coffee tonight. Surprise, surprise, because it's just hot. We're actually drinking tea, which was hot too, but I don't know. There's more caffeine.
All right.
So if we get back to what Sovereign was talking about, shapeshifters, as far as the Native American terms go, they have the Wendigo, which are shapeshifters. And we hear stories of Bigfoot shapeshifting into other things. And I've heard the owl and coyotes, etc. But I have a theory about that too. I think that they tend to mimic other animals. And we've heard this before about Bigfoot mimicking owls, mimicking coyotes. And they sound close, but they're not. kind of a deal. So we may get some stories and legends from Bigfoots turning into things like that, but I think it could be just from what people are hearing, not what they're seeing.
Okay, let me just put it out there on the table. Do you believe in shapeshifters or not?
I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because
that's an awful lot of molecular movement.
It is. I would tend to say and I don't even know why I'm saying this, but I would tend to believe that that Bigfoot could be. If I had to,
just use your
English.
English.
If I had to pick from out there theories, I'd have to say I would lean more towards interdimensional beings than I would shapeshifters.
Okay, so with that said, let's go with that, because I was thinking, to me, the most likely scenario of having a shape-shifting creature would be a creature that exists on a primarily energetic plane, and they can project a physical appearance as needed, but if we're all energetic creatures. Our energy moves really slowly, which is why we're matter, because our molecules move so very slowly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a being whose molecules are moving billions of times faster than ours, and that's that energetic plane, and so let's go. Okay, Book of Enoch, Bible, whatever your ancient sacred text of choice is. We're talking about angels.
Mm-hmm.
Angels often have appearances. They have an appearance of a man or a winged creature or whatever. And my thought is they are, if such beings actually exist, their energy is moving so much faster. Then does that make sense?
Yeah, but by the way,
this is nothing about what he wanted to talk about. I love it when we hijack his topic.
Okay.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, Renee says, "Oh my gosh, she
goodness.
admitted it." I didn't admit it. I said if I had to pick the most wacky, outlandish thing, I would pick that one because that's the most scientifically approved.
But it's not non-scientific to suppose that there are creatures that are a faster form of energy than we are.
Then you wouldn't see them scientifically.
But perhaps, well, you know what? Magic is just science we haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
Mystery is just science we haven't figured out yet.
Well, that's true.
So I'm thinking Star Trek, The Traveler. There's so many possibilities.
There is.
We live in an amazing, expanding, awesome universe.
We are. But I tend to think that Bigfoot is...
And maybe the angels are going to come soon and whisk all the children away in a spaceship because we're about to blow up. Oh, wait, that was a movie.
That was a movie.
What movie was that? The Knowing with Nicolas Cage.
Cage.
Any other Nicolas Cage fans out there? I love him. He's one of my favorite actors of all times. I'm hijacking the topic again. That's a great movie, though. I don't like a lot of movies. I really liked that one. There's Nicolas Cage. I think he's kind of hot, too.
Oh, anyway.
Even though he's
this is a Bigfoot show, right?
Oh. Don't touch me. Renee's dying.
82 degrees. Okay. So, this is weird. It's 78 outside. It's 82 in here now.
Okay. All right. Let's get back on track because we are wasting their time.
We are. So, back to my topic. I was talking about this. I think, just personally, that the Rougarou, any upright walking thing, with a Dogman or whatnot, are just different types of Bigfoot.
So in American Werewolf in Paris, he was turning into a Bigfoot.
London.
Whatever.
American Werewolf in London.
London.
We're not talking about shapeshifters. We're talking about creatures that
But
people
there's a
see
werewolf right here.
in the night. Yeah, a Rougarou is supposed to be a werewolf type creature.
Okay, so
But what if there's a species of Bigfoot or
that's a wolf?
no, they just have longer noses than the other ones?
Yeah.
I mean, are there humans that have longer noses than others?
Yes.
Look at mine. Mine's pretty long.
Yours is all right.
So
Mine is cute and button-like.
yeah. So is there? Not species. I should say race. Different races of Bigfoot. Well, we know we've got, Yetis are white.
We have different colors of Bigfoot.
The southern ones are red.
Some
The
have
northeastern or northwestern ones are brown.
Some have
Northeasters-
more or fewer toes, or is
Oh,
that just inbreeding?
That's inbreeding.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to say their feet is more dog-like.
Okay, let's go back to human evolution. What caused the divergence of races in humanity? According to the Bible, it was the Tower of Babel.
But
Okay.
according to
According to science, how did we divide from our common parents, wherever they were? How did we divide into?
because as we moved across the planet, when you got to
Is it adaptation?
Say you're in Africa, it's hot. You got to be dark to
With lots of melanin in your
lots of
melatonin
melatonin to
or
keep from
melanin.
burning in the sun.
So it was
So
all
if
fine.
you're up in Norway, you get to be bigger. Norwegians are bigger people.
because you need
have
bigger lung
Yeah,
capacity.
you need to be a bigger person to create more heat because you're in a cold environment.
So
And you're white and blonde haired and blue eyed because you're looking at snow all the time. And
I'm not a snow fan.
I know you're not Norwegian either, but
Oh, well, what's Eastern European? That's got snow.
yeah. So that's why there's different
Okay, so
Races.
adaptation,
adaptation
adaptive evolution
to
basically.
environment.
So Bigfoot could just as easily have adapted to its
Right.
environment. I'm wondering, are the Yeti blue-eyed?
I don't know. That's a good question. But we know that the swamp apes are smaller.
Well, you don't want to be too big in the swamps because you're going to get sucked under and you won't be able to get out.
They're smaller than the ones in the Northwest. And like I said before, the Northwest ones are black. The Northeast,
brown.
no, black. The Northeast ones are brown. Michigan, eastwise, up north. And then down south, you've got the reddish ones in Texas and that. And then
What
you've
about gray?
got gray is just your old.
Oh.
See, this is
I
what
know, I
happens
got
when you
some
get
too.
old. Anyway, and then there's the swamp ape, in Florida, which are smaller, and they tend to be, from what we know in some photos, more reddish. But so Renee says their feet are more dog-like.
The werewolves.
I'm going to have to look into that, Renee, because I really, we were planning to go to Kenosha, Wisconsin to talk with a buddy.
We could still
we could
go.
we could still do that.
I think that would be worth the extra
that's-
time.
That's still on our, it's really close to the direction we're going anyway. To meet up with a friend of mine from a radio station there.
The Lip,
the-
WLIP.
WLIP, the Lip. And we were going to go talk about that because in Kenosha, just south of Kenosha, is where Bray Road is, the Beast of Bray Road, which is
One of these.
it's actually this one right here.
It looks like a werewolf.
It does look like a werewolf. The Beast of Bray Road. And there's been several novels written about it and lots of stories and legends. And I would love to go find some footprints.
That'd be fun. I think we should do it.
So
Drop a 1 in the chat if you think we should go to Kenosha, Wisconsin and talk about the Beast of Bray Road on our way back to Oregon.
yeah, but and do a couple investigations in that area. That'd be kind of fun too.
It
But
would be kind of fun.
But I know the radio station wanted to go out with us one night.
That would be so much fun. You would have a great time.
Yeah, and Renee says totally different bone structure.
Yeah, Renee thinks we should do it.
Yeah. So we should do that.
We should. Now you get to reroute us again.
No, it's not too far out of the way, actually. That one's not.
Oh, isn't that really close to Minnesota too?
Yeah, it is. We can go to Minnesota too.
All right.
All right. Any questions in the chat? Throw them in there. And meanwhile, we will talk about.
We've talked about humidity. We've talked about.
Where is my slide? I don't have a slide for that.
I did a bad thing tonight. I had 2 forms of gluten in one meal. I'm feeling a little bloated. Shame on me. Oh, look.
Hold on. They don't see it yet. Hold on.
They don't see it yet. But we're going to talk to you about our Patreon page. Are they going to see it soon?
Boom.
There it is. Okay, so if you have not, we would like to offer a shameless plug. We are looking for new members to join us on Patreon. We do apologize for not having our Friday chat. That was right. Of course, we had our Bigfoot, our little Bigfoot symposium thing in Millinocket.
Which you can go back to the video before this one.
Yep, and see that. And we were so busy getting ready for that, we couldn't have it. And then we had just planned on postponing it, but then we were in bed for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So we will get those going again in September. We promise.
And also, please like and subscribe the channel you're watching right now.
Yes, subscribe, and share it with everyone. Just put it on your social media. Say, hey, we watch this on Thursday nights. Let's have a party.
Yep, there you go.
Let's do a live watch together.
So there's our shameless plugs for the
Yep.
evening. Did we miss one?
I don't know. Do you want to hear a funny story about what happened?
Oh, yeah. And go to squatchamerica.com and get your Squatch America gear.
Yes. You can get t-shirts and all sorts of things.
Yeah. And like we said before, like, share, and comment. Look at the little banners I can do. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
She's not liking our banners. All right.
Who's not liking our banners?
Hannah.
Our banners are wonderful. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I get real tired really early these days. I'm surprised you don't have a toy hauler so you can take your...
I wanted to. Hannah doesn't want one because they smell.
No,
I actually own a 4-wheeler. I do. I own a quad.
All right. Here's the deal.
That we don't have with us.
When we sold our big fancy house, we had limited funds. And this came up. And by the way, when we were first shopping for trailers, the cool toy haulers that have the separate garage didn't exist.
Yeah.
Now they do. We have seen some toy haulers that I was willing to consider. I mean, heck, these toy haulers had washer dryer hookups.
But I got to buy a bigger truck if we do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this truck wouldn't pull a decent toy hauler if it had to.
It's gas, so I need a diesel.
So that's why you should join Patreon and help us save money for our next rig.
There you go. Shameless plug again.
Yes, I don't mind shamelessly plugging us. I mean, think about this. So, in case you didn't know, there are YouTubers out there that make millions of dollars while people watch them play video games on YouTube.
Yeah.
Why not us? Should I play Sims on YouTube? I suck at that, but It's fun. I will never be Lil Simsy.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Craig. How is Nana?
So so anyway, we are headed back to Oregon. So it may be roughly
October-ish.
About a month-ish of traveling across the United States. And then we are actually been talking with, well, right now I know the Umatilla and Wallowa Whitman National Forests are closed because of fires.
Nana's doing great. Awesome. Give her our regards.
So, but hopefully by the time we get back and get further into like fall, maybe things will open back up.
Yeah, we've been talking with the Yakima Bigfoot convention.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Well, we don't know.
I just saw a big ad for it. So
are we on it?
we're not on the ad, but we're
well, I
gonna be
was
there.
going to say with the way things are changing up in Washington right now, we don't. If they have it, we've been talking with their leadership, and they're very interested in having us.
Yeah.
And Renee said check again. She thinks they're open now.
Okay. So anyway, we're also talking with our good friend Ren, who runs the
Tollgate store.
Tollgate store up in Tollgate, and we're going to do probably a weekend Bigfooting get together.
Something.
What I want to do is
Collaborate with Mike J over there.
yeah, and yeah, from Northeast Blue Mountain Bigfoot.
Mhm.
And what we want to do is have like a day of presentations and talking, and actually go out and go squatching with a group of people. Take whoever wants to go with us.
Yep, Wallowa, Whitman, and Umatilla are open again.
Oh, he's going archery hunting and camping tomorrow.
Yay! Fires got drowned.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. That's great. So I'm glad they're open. So we will be there. And good luck hunting tomorrow. And keep an eye out for Squatch.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So what we're going to do is we'll probably have a weekend get together thing scheduled sometime coming up at the Tollgate store, if you know where that's at.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Yep, we are feeling much better. Thank you so much.
All right. And that was kind of fun at our Bigfoot conference.
Donna and don't kill
Karen.
me if I get it. Is it Karen?
Karen.
Donna and Karen brought their family.
And we got to meet them in person.
We got to meet them in person and hug them and everything.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was kind of fun. And Donna talked me out of a Bigfoot cast. So
I'm so proud of you.
I know. It was easy.
I know.
It was fun. So we had a lot of fun. If you want to go back and watch that, that's the
episode right before this one.
Before this one. It was just done live, so
absolutely more chaotic than this.
Yes. And this is pretty chaotic.
This is chaotic.
So anyway. Well, Donna and Papa, since you missed most of the conversation, we'll start over. So
don't
tonight,
touch me.
Okay.
God.
So no, anyway.
It's too hot for touching.
Yeah. So we got what we were talking about. If you hear, I don't know if you hear the big rumble in the background.
Military planes have been going crazy.
Yeah, we are actually not very far from an Air Force base, which is right down the road here, about a mile or so.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear rumbling in the background, it's those big, they're a refueling wing of the Air Force. They have those big jets, flying tankers or whatever. They take off every once in a while. So anyway, that's what you're hearing in the background. If you hear a roar.
Yep. All right. We have successfully wasted 39 minutes of their time.
So Donna and Craig, since you were gone, we're going to put the question out there. Do you think that werewolves, Beast of Bray Road, Dogman, Goatman, maybe even Mothman, all the other mans out there, do you think that they were, are they just misidentified Bigfoot?
Or are they shapeshifters? Are they the same creature and they're shapeshifter? Are they completely different species of creatures?
Right. I'd have to see footprints myself.
Now, you've seen plenty of Bigfoot prints.
I've seen plenty of Bigfoot.
Have you ever seen a Dogman print?
I have never seen a
Rougarou.
Dogman. I've been to Louisiana or spent enough time in Louisiana to see a Rougarou print.
We know they're, hi, Patty. We know that there's a good winery in
Hi, Patty.
Louisiana, so we could go there again.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind exploring more of Louisiana, actually.
Yep, Lindsay Winery they got a wine called Cajun Heat, which is really good. So, anywho, I'd have to see footprints. Really, I would honestly have to. I don't know if any of them. I'm going to do some research, but I don't know if anybody's ever got Dogman footprint casts, which would be kind of interesting to see.
Would be
if they're if they're big as they are, they couldn't just be a dog print or even a wolf print. I've seen wolf prints. In fact, I've cast wolf prints.
Yeah, you
They're
have
about that big around. So,
but like a dogman or a werewolf, they're gonna have a human size or larger print.
Right. So I just don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I just don't know about that.
Just don't know about that.
What do you want me to look up?
Dogman print.
Dogman
Footcast.
footprint pic.
Oh my, look at that.
Well, would you stop steering?
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. There's all sorts of stuff. Oh, look at that sucker.
I don't know if I can bring that up. I know. I'm trying to get it in the right spot so I can bring it up. So we just kind of Googled this. Maybe I would do better if I brought it up full screen. So if you look right here, somebody said that's a Dogman print. That looks very small.
There.
It looks like a small Bigfoot print to me. It really does.
Look at that.
Look at what? The width?
No, I was thinking, is that a...
She's pointing back and forth right here.
Right there. Is that the mid-tarsal break?
Possibly. So,
it's pretty narrow, though. Oh, look at this one.
I know. That's what we're looking at. How did you...
View file. No. Well,
yep. Got there.
Here. Stop driving.
Hit control.
Hold on.
Just hold
Just
control.
Be quiet.
Just hit control.
Control?
Yeah. Just hold it down.
What? Oh, that's a little weird looking.
Uh-huh. But yet again, that's only the size of a glove, so that's 6 inches.
No, it's bigger than a glove.
It's 8 inches.
Probably. But
9,
look how maybe 10 inches. Look how long those digits are, though.
I know.
But that could have been just a plain old wolf print. That. No.
It's got a heel.
Yes, it does.
Wolf prints don't have heels.
No, they don't. But those toes are really long.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Alien. All right, Donna. We're not saying it's aliens, but
it's alien. So, yeah. Now these do look like they have claws on them. Now that one's kind of interesting. But I'd have to see a footprint track in real life myself.
Yeah. Because, of course, photographs are never evidence of anything.
Right. So.
I like the alien idea. The four-toed alien.
Yeah.
Is it a gray or a Pleiadian? I think that looks like a gray. Pleiadians are more angelic looking, I believe.
Right. And Donna says that...
Pleiadians are the ones who rescued the children in the movie The Knowing.
Yeah. Supposed aliens. Anyway, Donna says... let's bring that one up. What's it say?
I can see how different viewings of Bigfoot can be interpreted as another creature. Sometimes it happens so fast.
Yep.
It can seem different. Yep, absolutely. And what we were talking about earlier was that depending on what part of the country you live in and what the sociocultural, religious paradigms and filters are that you grow up with, you're going to interpret the unknown in a way that makes sense to your mind.
Yeah. And then Patty said, when probably looking at that footprint we just saw.
Yeah. Does that even resemble a known animal? Does this one?
Does that resemble a known animal?
No. Maybe a bear?
Do you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. This kind of sounds interesting, but It does slightly resemble a gnome print that I've seen, but typically not in snow. Alligators make a print similar to that one, but you never see.
No, if an
Alligators
alligator
in
was
snow.
up there, he would be in total hibernation.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be dormant.
You'd be dead.
Probably, yes.
So there's that. So, and plus there's, here, I'll bring that back up. There's another phenomenon that people don't think about. This footprint, if you see, you can see where, like if you look here, you can see where the snow is melting. This footprint could have been two footprints on top of each other that the melted, once you get the ice melt, those expand and makes the footprint bigger than it was originally.
Could be.
So there's something you got to think about in the snow, how much melting has happened, because if that might have been a lot smaller than it was, it might even be shaped differently.
Don't bears walk like this with their feet directly in front of each other?
Yes, and bears will stop, and that's another common mistaken Bigfoot.
Yeah,
is bear prints, because bear prints would step on top of each other.
So that could be a bear print.
So this could be a double step bear print.
And they will walk in the snow.
Right. It could have been, I don't know, any other kind of animal with claw. Well, it could be a bear. It could be just two or three coyote prints on top of each other and the snow melted out. So we don't know. So that's something to think about, especially when you're looking at stuff in the snow, because like I said, if it's been warm, check the temperature, look at your phone, look back in the days before. Has it been warm enough to melt? So we don't know how old this print is. We don't know how big it was. It might have been just this big. And then after it melted out, it was, this big. So you never know. You got to be careful with snow prints.
Yeah, Renee says it looks like a print in a print.
Yeah. And Donna says it's a
lizard alien.
Lizard alien, which it is. That's what it is. That's.
But those lizard aliens, they probably don't do well in the snow because they're related to the gators and things.
Yeah, and Papa said that's not a bear print, and like I said, it doesn't look like a bear print to me.
Maybe
either.
A couple of deer stepped there going the other way.
Yeah, exactly. You could have footprints going one way and footprints going the other, and they melt together.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
It is very cool looking, whatever it is.
So I'll bring it back up. So, but it does not look like a double step bear print, mainly because, and I want to point this out, is a double step bear print. You'll have the first print here, and the second print is usually little cattywampus. Little cattywampus. I'm going to see and get my hands right. It's kind of hard to do this mirror wise. So it's little cattywampus like this. So if you see a big footprint and it's not straight, it's kind of cattywampus, and look for the claws in the middle.
Yeah.
You might find that.
Okay, keep talking.
So Donna's asked me a question. She can't find Fix All.
Not too surprising.
That's kind of weird. It's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, but it is part of the construction industry. Yes.
Yeah, you'll have to go to a hardware store. Look online and see if you can look up Fix All and see if they have it at Ace or True Value,
Amazon,
or on Amazon. You could try that too. So.
All right. Well, we have 10 minutes left.
All right. So we've already did the.
We've given our shameless plugs. We've asked you to like and subscribe and do all those things.
So
we would love to see 2,000 subs. That'd be great.
That would be great. We're headed for 2,000. We're trying. So go.
Fix it all.
Yeah, that's right.
Fix it all. Put the IT in there.
Yeah. Look up Fix It All. Yeah. I always say Fix All because that's just what I've heard over the years, and I don't talk right.
No, you don't. You're freaking redneck.
I'm a redneck, so I'm an educated redneck.
He is.
Which is a weird thing to be. So,
I grew up in a town of roughly 80,000 people. You grew up in a town of roughly 80 people.
Yeah, exactly. And I live 5 miles out of town. So,
all right.
That's okay. Renee grew up in the same place.
I know. She's so way cooler than you.
I know.
You're a hick.
Thank you, Renee.
It's true. You know, she totally betrays you every episode.
I know.
And I love her for it.
Renee, you grew up in the same hick town, so just don't give me that. So.
That same hick town, though, produced Caesars in and out.
And no.
Oh, no, that was Imbler.
She grew up in Somerville.
Oh, I get all those little hick towns confused.
Yeah.
I
lived 5 miles out of town. Renee lived in town.
In town.
So.
All right. So are we going to waste the next 9 minutes, or
No.
are we just going to say goodnight?
We're going to say goodnight. So we're glad to be back. The beer bug wasn't as bad as people think it is.
Well, at least not for us.
Not for us, because we're healthy people.
Yeah, we've spent the last year and a half focusing on our health, and honestly, how much weight have we lost between the two of us? 200 plus pounds between the two of us. And the greatest risk factor for getting any kind of what?
Nothing.
What?
I just found out I can lean back.
Oh,
okay.
Honestly, if you want to protect yourself from just about anything, drop the extra weight. I mean, it's amazing. It adds years to your life. It strengthens your immune system. We were actually I was really glad to report to one of our kids that was really concerned when she found out that we had this bug. Mm-hmm. She was really concerned because Scott has a history of some heart issues. And I said, honestly, the last time we had medical checkups, we have absolutely no comorbidities for anything. We are good. Healthy as freaking horses. And so for us, the experience was fever and fatigue, lots of sleeping. I did drink too much citrus juice. I'll give it that. And maybe that's why we had to replace the toilet. Whoops.
We're not going to even get into the new toilet.
No.
But thank you for all of you for hanging out with us tonight and coming back.
For supporting us after our absence. Yes, we love that. Thank you so much.
And we are going to be back next week. And hopefully, cross my fingers, we get a special guest coming on for some new evidence that just came up. I'm going to tease that a little bit, so stay tuned for next week. We're going to have a guest and something really cool.
What?
The cool thing. Anyway.
The cool thing. Okay.
Yes, so. So we love y'all, and
until next week, keep it squatchy. Oh, and remember,
Nan and I had it twice.
Nan did okay both times. I was sick as all get out. The first time, second time was just a bad cold. Yep.
Go, Craig.
Yep.
Thanks.
I had
we had it both.
Yeah, mine felt a lot like bronchitis, but not even that. It was just weird. Okay, so remember, our job is to.
Oh, I gotta find that.
It's right there.
There it is.
Our job is to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
Which includes the Dogman.
Yes. So good night.
So till next week, keep it squatchy and
go out and find Bigfoot.
Bye.
Bye.